This is a new world of pool. Home of legends. A battleground where top contenders from around the world gather to become champions. A stepping stone for rising stars to prove they have what it takes to rank among the best. Welcome to Sharks.
Good afternoon, Shark fanatics from around the world, and welcome to another edition of the Sharks 10-Ball Showdown. This is our second event for today, September 24th of 2022, at exactly 3:07 in the afternoon here in Manila, Philippines. Let us meet the players for today's competition. We have Renamar David, Jonald Galve, Raymart Camomot. We also have Jolo Aspuria, Antonio Lining, Rainer Espejo, Warren Kiamco, Patrick Gonzalez, James Aranas, and our top-seeded player for today's competition, none other than Baseth Mocaibat. First player to break is player number 1, who hails from Ilocos Sur, known as Revo Renamar David, averaging 3.17 points per game with 1 championship, 2 second, and 4 third-place finishes for player number 1, Renamar David. And he's going up against player number 2, known as Balbon from Surigao, Jonald Galve, averaging 3.50 points per game, still seeking for his first ever Sharks championship, though he already has 6 second-place finishes and 3 third-place finishes. For Balbon, Jonald Galve. Our referee in charge for today's action, none other than Rikitik, Ricky Sabalboro, and for your commentary and analysis, this is the transporter Dennis Po. Alongside me is Professor Freeze, Aris Almario. Here we go. Player number 1 to break. And that break was brought to you by Ropa. Galve shooting for the 1 to the corner. Okay, let's see. Looks like there enough space here to make the blue 2. Let's see. He's gonna be needing lots of right spin here. Well, decided to play safe instead.
Ball corner.
Okay, went for a containment safety, creating lots of distance between the object ball and the cue ball. Alright, nice shot there from Revo. Well, needs to cut this 3 ball to the corner. So his cue ball is going to go back and forth, but decides to just go for a bank here. Oh. Look at this. A sell out in favor of player number 2. Revo David missing that bank attempt. I don't see much of a problem here, except for the purple 5. If it passes by the 9 to the side, then this should be it for Galve.
Five ball, side.
Oh, looks like it passes. Just needs to bounce off the side rail. Okay. Just needs to draw this back, or maybe just a stop will do. Eight to the corner, 9 to the side.
Ten ball, corner. Winner.
There you have it.
Galve.
Balbon Jonald Galve drawing first blood. Here in our scoreboard gets our very first point for today's competition. That miss by Revo David cost him the rack. Highlights from our previous rack courtesy of Jonald Galve. Next challenger is player number 3, known as Lito Lapid from Mindoro, Raymart Kamomot, averaging 4.71 a game with 2 championships and 1 third place finish. Raymart Kamomot coming up next.
Secret weapon of champions. Battle tested. Engineered to perfection. The tip of the spear. Core Q-tips. Available at Hard Time Sports Bar.
And if you want to be a member here at Sharks, all you need to do is to contact our commissioner, Mr. Alex Parker, and set up a screening schedule which will be held at Hard Time Sports Bar. Hard Time Sports Bar is located at 59D Timog Avenue, Barangay South Triangle in Quezon City. At ayan, Shark Fanatics, pansamantala munang magpapahinga itong ating birthday boy na si Professor Freeze Aris Almario. He really deserves it, So right now, I have good news for you, Shark Fanatics. Right now, makakasama natin, ang isa sa ating mga bagong commentators. One of our Shark Fanatics, oo. At nagsimula yan because of Kelvin Nanyong, a friend of this guy. Pakilala ko lang, none other than Canon Dairit.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much, Dennis, and to all those who are watching this match. And Shark Fanatics, welcome.
And that break was brought to you by Ropa. Ayan, it's good to have you here at the commentator's booth. Canon Dairit ha, Sharkanatics. Abangan nyo itong pangalang ito. Canon Dairit. Isa sa ating Sharkanatics before, but right now, he's covering, or he'll be covering games na rin dito, no, at the commentator's booth. So right now, ito Canon Dairit, we have 10 of the best pro players that we have here in the Philippines, ano? Battling it out in a race to 9, and I'm pretty sure that you're aware of the format naman, ano?
Yes, actually, the format, I find it very interesting personally because it's the kind of format that you have to make good on your turn. Otherwise, if you lose your turn, you have to have a long wait before you can go try again.
That's right. Waiting game indeed, no, para sa mga matatalo. Kaya of course, you don't want to give your turn to another player. You, as much as possible, you want to remain on the table, diba?
Yes, it's a big deal. That's why what we want here is what we want here is for every player to take the opportunity. This is one of those games where taking the opportunity is very, very important. So as we can see here, every shot counts, and let's see what they do from here. I think it looks like we have a bit of a safety situation right here.
Ayan, player number 3 looking to hit this via a swerve of the cue ball.
And looks like he missed by a hair, very close.
Oo nga, no? Gabuhok, ika nga. Ayan. Once again, Sharkanatics, kung medyo naninibago kayo sa kasama ko ngayon, ano, don't worry. This guy is, kumbaga, masasabi ko, no, magaling at hindi na kailangan ng todong adjustment dahil matagal na itong nanonood sa atin, ano. In fact, nagko-comment na rin siya sa ating comment section. So, remember the name, Canon Dairit.
Thanks. Actually, you don't really need to sell me that much, but thank you. But seriously, it's fun to be here. I actually am happy that I get to be here, and we get to watch some really good talent put on a show here for everyone who's tuned in, regardless of whether they're on our Facebook or YouTube official channels.
All right, there you have it. Alfredo Angelo De Castro, batiin lang natin, ano, habang ini-enjoy ng ating Sharkanatics ang pag-ubos ng bola dito. Aba, he's rooting for players 5, 7, and 9. Aba, abangan natin yan. Jeff Throde over at Facebook, rooting for James Aranas naman.
Yes, and of course, from RJ Gimalan, pa-shout out po bossing, watching from Panglao Island in Bohol. I was there for my honeymoon with my wife 7 years ago, and
Whoa,
it's
really?
a very nice place. So if I were you, if you're looking for a great place to vacation or spend quality time with yourself or your loved ones, Panglao Island is actually a very good destination.
Oh, we'll be looking for you, ha, RJ Gimalan.
And of course, Sheila Marie says, taba mo na, Revo David. That's gonna be, I'm not sure what we're talking about here, but that's gonna be a very interesting discussion off stage,
Off cam,
I think.
Ito habang nag-shoutout tayo, unti-unti nang inuubos ni player number 2, Jonald Galve. Alam mo, itong player natin ito, he hails from Surigao, pero dito na siya ngayon nakatira sa may Fairview, Quezon City. And right now, tinuloy-tuloy yung kanyang pangarap na maging isang professional pool player.
And I think he so far seems to be doing very well right here. It looks like he's got an open layout that can give him this match right here. He just has to focus on making sure they all go.
Okay, last 3 balls for Jonald Galve here. Looking to match his score with his with the number on his shirt right now. Looking to get his second straight win.
And just like that, it looks like John Galve will have to sit this one out and let his opponent take the next shot. So we're down to the last 3 balls.
Oh, that was a beautiful shot from Raymart Kamomot, ano, partner, going around the table to get in line for the 9 to the side.
I couldn't have made a better preparation myself. That was very well executed. Now, just to make sure that he's in position for 10, which it looks like it'll be.
10 ball, side.
And there you have it. Raymart Kamomot gets his first point, stopping and stealing that rack from Jonald Galve. Alam mo, partner, that could have been Galve's second straight point, ano?
So close. I mean, the pocket just didn't want that 8 ball to go, and now Raymart had the opportunity and, like a good player would, took advantage.
Okay. Highlights from our previous rack, courtesy of Lito Lapid. Ayan, si Raymart Kamomot.
And of course, coming up next, coming all the way from Olongapo City over in Zambales, Mr. Jolo Aspuria with a points per game average of 3.6. He's looking to get on the board, and he's up next.
Secret weapon of champions. Engineered to perfection. Battle tested. A warrior spear. Caw jump cues. Available at Hard Time Sports Bar.
And coming soon on Sharks, we're gonna bring you some international flavor here, as Taiwan's very own fire dragon, Chang Yung Lin, takes on the Philippines' kingpin, Baseth Mocaibat. Of course, details will be announced soon as we have the details, and this is going to be a blockbuster matchup that I'm sure a lot of fans have been asking for, and we will bring it to you very soon, so stay tuned.
All right, Shark Fanatics. Yan po ang boses ni Canon Dairit, one of our newest commentators dito sa Sharks. At batiin natin, no? Yung mga Shark Fanatics natin naman over at YouTube, partner.
Yes, and Crystal Blanket says, "Yes, sir, the best announcer in the game is here." Yes, I think we will have to agree with that. I think it's a unanimous vote here on this side of the broadcasting booth. And of course, Back Salad Front Blunt says, "Go James Aranas." Yes, a James Aranas fan right here. And of course, a guaranteed Sharkaholic, as he says. And Crystal Blanket is asking if we have if they were selling Shark shirts. But anyway, this break is brought to you by Ropa Commercial. Oh. And of course, Europe #1 asking, "What's happening, fellas? Is RoboCop coming through today?" Yes, as a matter of fact, RoboCop, Dennis Orcolio will be showing up in tonight's main event for day 3 of the showdown with Shane Van Boning of the USA. And of course, you will not want to miss that, so keep it tuned here to the Mecca Pool, Sharks.
Uwi na ako, partner, uwi na ako. Sinabi na, iba talaga ang Canon Dairit.
Side ball, side.
Hindi na kailangan ng briefing. Grabe. Hindi na kailangan ng partner, ha? Talagang Ito, Sharkanatics ha, talagang kitang-kita nyo naman, alam na alam ni Canon Dairit kung paano ang pagtatrabaho dito ng commentators. Hindi na kailangan turuan. Alam na niya. Kaya pwede na umuwi, ha?
I still need your guidance, just so we're clear.
Parang hindi na eh. Pero I'm so happy to have you here, no?
Yes.
Part of the Sharks family. Ayan, ito si Canon Dairit. Hopefully, no, you can sort out yung schedule mo para naman tuloy-tuloy yung pagsasama natin dito sa mikropono.
I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we can. Hopefully this will be far from my last appearance here, because this is going to be such a great thing. Like I've said in my comments before, I've always felt that what we bring here is we bring world-class pool to a worldwide audience, and this is something that I think we should continue doing here. And as we can see here, look at how smooth number 4 is playing here.
And that's Jolo Aspuria, one of our young phenoms here. Only 17 years of age, itong ating player number 4.
And that's a lot of potential left for him to become an even greater player here. So he's looking at taking out the 6 up next.
Okay, well, still good, but just needs to cut this to the corner.
That's an excellent cut shot right there. So, and perfect position for the 8.
Nine ball corner.
And that right there
10 ball.
is
Corner.
all she wrote for Jolo Aspuria, ready to pick up his first point of this ring challenge.
All right, there you have it. Player number 4, Jolo Aspuria, gets his first point. And tingnan natin if this trend continues, na yung incoming challengers yung mga nagkaka-point dito, no?
It's still very early, so definitely this is far from a done deal for any of the players. So we shall see how this goes later on. But as it is, Jolo Aspuria finally lands on the board with his first point of the match, and he's hoping to add on to this when he takes on the next challenger.
All right. Sharkaholic over at YouTube. We have back salad front blunt. Hope you're enjoying the stream right now. Together with me is Mr. Canon Dairit, one of our newest commentators here.
And coming up next, of course, representing Oriental Mindoro, the man they call Vice, who's been a veteran of the pool wars here in the country, Mr. Antonio Lining, with a points per game average of 4.33. And he's up next to try and get on the board as well. And of course, coming soon on Sharks, RoboCop Dennis Orculio, the pride of Surigao del Sur, takes on Taiwan's very own Fire Dragon, Chang Longlin. And this match, of course, we're still waiting for further announcements on when this classic encounter will take shape. But of course, you have to stay tuned to Sharks, the Mecca of Pool, to find out more.
Money Game King of the Philippines versus the Money Game King of Taiwan, Gandang laban yan, partner.
Yes, and we're looking at the boards now. So far, we have Jonal Galve, Raimar Kamomot, and Jolo Aspuria already on the board. And Antonio Lining will be next to try his luck at getting his first point. And I believe he's up next right here. And of course, this break, as always, brought to you by Ropa Commercial.
Oh, looking like a dry break from Antonio Lining, ano, partner?
Yep. Fortunately for him, though, the one ball is being shielded by another ball. So that's going to leave Jolo Aspuria the option of probably a push out or a kick safe. We'll see what he decides from here.
Oh, looking like a push out, ano, from Jolo here.
And of course, just to remind people here, the rules that we use here is the push out can only be implemented immediately after the break, and as with any push out, the player can either choose to take it or return it to the player who initiated the push out.
Ayun. At binalik na ni Antonio Lining, saying he's not interested, ano, partner?
Nope, he wants Jolo to take this, and let's see how Jolo pulls this off.
Looks like he's gonna go for a jump here.
That was a brilliant jump shot right there. Very well played, and I think he has position on the 2 as well. So that looks like a very well executed one.
Grabe yun, ano? Jumping over the green 6. Made the one ball, and yun na nga, no? Still gets decent position for the blue 2.
I think that was the plan, and so far he's executing it as he sees it. So since this was a dry break, I assume that we have the full set until 9 for him to run through.
Oh, I shall find out. 2 to the corner. Well, fell a bit short for about a foot.
He just needed a little more roll and he would have gotten it. But otherwise, he's going to have to cut this in.
Decides to play safe instead. This time using once again the green 6. Ikaw ba, partner, no? Matanong ko lang, how did you get into this sport, of pool? Matagal ka na ba naglalaro? How long have you been a fan of this beautiful sport?
Oh, that's a very long story. If we have time for it, we might run out of airtime. But basically, the story is I at my grandmother's ancestral home, she used to have a pool table there, and my dad would spend nights playing there with his friends. I think he would even bring in like 1 or 2 cases of beer, and they would be playing until late in the morning. And my dad, being of course a very proficient player he was, well, he inspired me, and that's where I got my love for the sport.
Okay. Do you have any plans of also participating and joining the amateur division here at Sharks?
Maybe I should consider buying a pool cue first before I go, because I haven't seen my pool cue in a few years, and I think and I at least want to have a pool cue. That's essential for any pool player to have their own pool cue before they even compete. So looks like Vice is now going to do a little jump of his own since he's partially blocked by the 10.
Wow. Aba, partner, yung mga jump shots natin ngayon, wala pang sablay sa rack na ito, ha?
No. They are jumping. They're executing the jump shots to perfection right there. And so it looks like Vice says, anything you can do, I can do better. I think that's what he's saying here.
And right now, he'll be queuing over the 10 ball here. A bit difficult, but not a problem for the veteran.
So it looks like the 5 is up next, and he'll just have to make sure to control the speed of the cue ball so that he gets into good position for the 6. This is more about speed than anything else because the angle looks very natural to get around.
That's right. Needs to clear the 10 ball here Wow.
There you go. That's Antonio Lining for you. Very classic Antonio Lining right there.
Talagang very well calculated, no? Yung speed control niya doon. Ito, 6 going to the 7. Looks like he's using top spin, ano?
He'll run it on the cushion, yes, and it looks like he's going to go for the side pocket for this 7, so he can get the 8 in the opposite corner.
Ten ball, corner.
And Antonio Lining takes his first point.
Winner.
And at the cost of Jolo Aspuria's plans to get a second one. So looks like Vice has now joined the scoreboard. And of course,
As we are watching the highlights from our previous rack, Cannon, you might want to greet someone over at Facebook.
yes, and I'd like to greet, of course, my number one fan, Mr. Kelvin Gomez Nanyong. And he's asking, anong kaganapan dito? To which I will say, what you hear is what you get.
Kelvin Nanyong, ito na yung binanggit mo nun, ano? Yung nire-refer mo na si Cannon Dairit right now is doing really well, and it's a pleasure to be sharing the mic with him right now.
Oh, and we'd also like to acknowledge Mr. Jack Turansky, who is saying good evening from JT's Q Repair over in Boston, Massachusetts. So that's how many hours? Yes. And of course, coming up next, we have Rainer Espejo, the pride of Tacloban City. And of course, let's see if Asunta can bring the goods in this next rack. So he's up next, taking on Antonio Lining.
This is a new world of pool. Home of legends. A battleground where top contenders from around the world gather to become champions. A stepping stone for rising stars to prove they have what it takes to rank among the best. Welcome to Sharks.
And coming soon, of course, we have the Black Tiger, Carlo Biado, taking on Chinese Taipei's own Fire Dragon Chang Lun Lin, or Taiwan rather. And of course, we are seeing two great players who have the chance to square off in the near future. Just keep it tuned here to Sharks the Mecha Pool for updates on this blockbuster high-level encounter.
All right, Kelvin Gomez Nanyong. Totoo, no? Walang sinabi si Marv Albert ng NBA dyan. Alam mo, totoo yung sinabi mo, Kelvin, ano? And we're glad to have itong si Cano, no? As part of the Sharks family. But of course, we need to sort out some, diba, sa ating mga schedules, yung mga, kung ano yung mga preferred schedule mo, ano, in the future. Tama ba, partner?
Oh, yes. I think it's something we can work out. For now, I'm just enjoying the opportunity to be able to call this great match here, which, by the way, this rack is being brought to you by Robo Commercial.
Okay. Well, just like the previous rack, dry break, pero yung 7, nakialam na naman. At ito, looks like Antonio Lining naman this time will be going for a push out.
And, of course, the gambit here is he has, when you take a push out, you have to prepare for the possibility that it may go back to you. So we'll see what Reiner Espejo decides here. And it looks like a counter safe right there. Well played. And this is going to force Antonio Lining to come up with his own escape here. Whether he can get out of this, well, let's see how he plans to execute his way out of this.
Scratch foul.
And that's a foul right there. As Antonio Lining tried to get to the one, he did get to the one, but he also ended up with the cue ball going into the side. So this will leave ball in hand for Reiner Espejo. Now we'll see if Asunta can pull off a victory in this rack with this advantage. And Reiner failing to get the ball down there as the pocket somehow spat out the 2-ball. So that leaves Antonio Lining with a shot. So Vice has a shot, but definitely not an easy one from this angle. And of course, as we can see here, Reiner has a shot at the 2, and we're looking at that angle there.
2-ball corner.
It looks like it just passes the 10, and he's going for it.
Good. Two-ball corner.
So Vice calling for the 2-ball in the corner as he has to thread this very narrow opening with a jump shot. And the 2-ball, now married with the 10 here, is Reiner Espejo. Will try his luck on this one.
Two-ball side.
So the referee just giving the ball a nice clean here before letting
3 ball, corner.
Antonio Lining take advantage of the ball in hand situation. Well, rather. And again, we'd like to thank everyone tuned in today. We hope that you're all enjoying this ring match, and beautiful shot right there. That's a perfect way to break up that cluster. And Antonio Lining showing us how it's done there with that great shot. So he pulls out the extension. He just needs to stretch over for the 2. Just checking out everything before he stretches here. He's looking at the 4 ball now, hoping that will give him the key to getting this rack finished and get himself another point on the leaderboard. And what a power draw right there by Antonio Lining, showing us what you can do when you put enough draw on that ball. Well executed.
5 ball, corner.
And he gets himself in just the right position to get that 5 ball down into the corner pocket. Just a bit more angle than he had hoped for, but it's not something that that Lining, of course, can't manage. So still a very open path to that pocket. Just has to control the speed to get to the 7. And at this point, it looks very academic here for Lining as he takes out the 8 with the 9 and 10 to follow.
10 ball, corner.
So he's on his way to earning his second point of this 10-man ring challenge.
Winner.
And there he goes.
Lining.
2 points, and he clears and takes solo lead here in this competition. And there we see that beautiful carom that Antonio Lining performed earlier. And you can see here the highlights of how he finished off this rack and made it his own.
And up next, it's going to be the Warrior Warren Kiamco from Cebu. And from him, more than 30 years na ako naglalaro ng bilyar. Itong laro na ito ang bumuhay sa pamilya ko at sa pag-aaral ng mga anak ko. 4 wins here in this event of ours. Stay tuned. We will be back in a few moments.
Secret weapon of champions. battle tested. Engineered to perfection. The tip of the spear. Core Q-tips. Available at Hard Time Sports Bar.
And of course, coming soon on Sharks, a former world champions square off as Francisco Django Bustamante, flying the Philippine flag, takes on Darren Dynamite Appleton, representing the United Kingdom. And of course, this match of course, we're still waiting for the schedule, but keep it tuned here to Sharks the Mecca Pool for further updates.
And well, I would have to say, Canon, the player who got me really interested, aside from Efren Batares getting into this game of pool, that's Francisco Bustamante. I couldn't forget when I first watched him play in the finals back in 2002. He was up against the great Earl Strickland. Francisco Bustamante apparently was a runner-up in that event. Would you remember that?
Yes, I actually do. I actually remember tragically that was the time that I think his daughter died during the event, and
Yes.
he decided, despite having the opportunity to go home, he decided he would play the rest of the tournament for his daughter's memory, and a very respectable finish despite the situation. Anyway, that break being brought to you by Ropa Commercial.
Yes, that was quite a time for pool, especially for pool fanatics. And for me being a beginner back then, well, that really ignited my passion for this game that we all love.
As of course, we all know that Bustamante has always been one of the country's finest players. I mean, unlike Efren and a lot of the players, he actually developed his talents in Germany, I believe. He was touring a lot in Germany. That was where he plied his trade, and he became known for, I believe I commented this before, that I used to call him Thunderbreaker precisely because he has one of the most powerful breaks I ever saw in pocket billiards, and that still holds true today.
That's right, that's right. It's exciting finally to be seeing him once again here at Sharks really soon. Again, to all viewers out there, Bustamante, Appleton, just stay tuned. Announcements are coming up.
One ball, side.
Okay, so Li Ning now having to get out of this predicament. So he's going to take at least a couple of rails to try and get out of this one.
Well, we have to note that he called the side and he almost made that.
That was actually a very good effort. Very, very good effort. And of course, to this day, I think, and to this day, legions of fans are still very inspired by Django's rise to stardom and how he became one of the most heralded pool players, not just in the Philippines, but in the world. So it's always great to see great pool players like him put on a show. So we're looking here at position for the two.
Doesn't seem to have any problems here, Warren. Just a number of trafficking balls. Definitely can avoid.
It's a pretty open rack, so I think that Warren has more than a fair chance of being able to take this one home.
Well, Mr. Warren Kiamko here started playing at Sharks about a month ago. Well, the first time he played, it looked like he was adjusting with this format, 10-man ring game that is. Took a while, but apparently right now, Warren Campo, you wouldn't believe it, he has 4 championships already in about less than 2 months playing here in this format. Many players started playing as early as April this year, still having a hard time getting their first win, but this guy, a veteran in the game of pool.
I also remember him. I mean, I was actually glad to see him here because Warren had kind of disappeared from the radar of a lot of pool players before re-emerging here at the Sharks Arena, and now he's proven himself to be as fearless a warrior as he was back in the earlier days when he got more exposure on TV. So it's wonderful to see him play, and I'm hoping that he continues to remain a force here for a long time to come.
That's right. Both players, in fact, Antonio Lining and Warren Campo, these are the players that we used to watch on cable TV.
Yes, I recall seeing Camco, I think, first in the Southeast Asian Games. He was one of our representatives. And I recall me seeing Lining, on the other hand, in the Motolite Philippine 9-Ball Open some years back. So the fact that these players have had some exposure before, they're still very highly regarded in Philippine pool circles, and they're still a threat to a lot of the great players from around the world. So as we can see here, look at that great position for the 9. I like it. So there we go, and Warren now calls the 10 to the side, to the corner, and this to get his third point, I believe, of the match. Sorry, that's Camco's first. Sorry. So anyway, Camco gets on the board, and
yes, Antonio Lining, he's gonna be back after another round of Sharks. And see here as Warren Camco has made the 1, thereby giving him an opportunity for him to run out.
And coming up next, proudly representing Pangasinan, the Devil Boy, Patrick Gonzalez. And he's got a 4.38 point per game average. And regarding his love for the game, he says, gusto ko itong larong ito dahil dito ako kumikita para sa pamilya ko at pangarap ko rin maging champion. Which is a reality for a number of the players here, that a lot of them do take this as an opportunity for livelihood. And which is why players like him get into the sport. So, Devil Boy's up next.
Secret weapon of champions. Engineered to perfection. Battle tested. A warrior spear. Call jump cues. Available at Hard Time
So
Sports
call jump
Bar.
cues and tips now available at Hard Time Sports Bar. Just contact Jojo Sanchez at 0920-923-8752 to get your own jump cues and tips from Co. And of course, coming soon on Sharks, another stellar matchup here as one of today's combatants, Antonio Vice Lining, will be facing off against the Englishman Darren Dynamite Appleton in what can be considered a true battle of the continents here. So, one of Asia's best players against one of Europe's best players. So, when will this take place? Well, we will have announcements soon. Just keep it tuned to Sharks, the Mecca of Pool. And of course, we're looking here at Antonio Lining, still in the lead with 2. But John Algalve, Raymar Camomot, Jolo Aspuria and Warren Kiamko all have one each, and the rest still waiting for their opportunity. Now, for the meantime, we'd like to, of course, thank all of you who are watching here today, and we hope you're enjoying this match. So coming up next,
Break.
we're going to see Patrick Gonzalez to break. And this break, of course, being brought to you by Ropa Commercial. And he gets the one on the side. So, and a nice shot on the 2 and the 3. So Patrick, so it looks like a good layout for Patrick. And this is his opportunity to join the board as well.
Three ball side.
Looks like Patrick is going for the side pocket for both the 3 and 4 balls. Very logical decision here. Then looking to get the 5, most likely down in that corner pocket. It's great position for the 6 here, as he just has to give it a little follow, get to the 7, and then to the 8, 9, and of course the 10 ball. And it's looking academic from here. Patrick Gonzalez looking to get his first point of the match with the 9 ball down in that corner pocket, and hopefully the 10 over in the opposing corner pocket.
Ten ball, corner. Winner, Gonzalez.
And that's Patrick Gonzalez finally joins the leaderboard with his first point of this ring challenge here. And of course, you can see here the highlights of how Patrick Gonzalez masterful run out here, break and run finish. So that right there, that wrap a masterclass in how to finish off the rack and get that all needed, that all important point. And coming up next, representing Cavite, the man they call Dodong Diamond himself, James Aranas, who has 2.25 points per game. And of his love of the sport, he basically says, I love billiards. It's the sport I want to master and will continue to play until I grow old. Every match is a puzzle you have to solve. That's what I love to do. That's what motivates me. And he is right, because pool is indeed a match of a continuous puzzle, that every break, every shot is a puzzle, is a pattern that has to be solved. And that's the great mindset right there from James Aranas. He's up next. And of course, we'd like to congratulate the winner of our first event, the Top Guns winner from Quezon City, Mr. Nino Ocampo. And look at that right there. That's the face of a champion right there, if I ever saw one.
Yes, in my opinion, the best amateur pool player that we have currently in the roster in the amateur division.
So right now, as you look at the scoreboard, Antonio Lining still leads the pack with 2 points. So we have 5 players tied with 1 point each. Jonald Galve, Raymart Camomot, Jolo Aspuria, the Warrior Warren Kiamco, and Patrick Gonzalez. They all have 1 point each, and the rest still waiting for their shot to get their points.
Okay, and so here we have James Aranas, also known as DD Dodong Diamond.
Speaking of which, I believe we had another player before who also went by the nickname Dodong, right?
Dodong Didal and Dodong Andam. Marami.
Yeah. I think Dodong, just for those who might not be aware, Dodong is an affectionate nickname that connotes being both tough and at the same time resilient. So a lot of players have taken this nickname for that reason, I would think.
Well, it could be. So, but based on why he was called Dodong, this is what he said, coming from Dodong Diamond himself. Well, Dodong is kind of a nickname you'd call a kid.
One ball, corner.
So Dong, parang ganon sa
Right.
in a certain dialect we have here. You know that story about why he was called Dodong Diamond?
Actually, I think I should ask. I think I should say,
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
Foul one.
Well, let me do the honor. Dodong Diamond, he got his nickname because back then, when he was starting to become a professional pool player in the Philippines, he sported a hairstyle, a mohawk hairstyle, shaping like a diamond. So
Wow.
that's
so,
where he got his name, Dodong Diamond.
So a diamond-styled haircut. Well, I've heard the story. That's very interesting. And it looks like, yes. And just like that, Patrick Gonzalez takes it out and says, I want, and takes out and takes his point. Another point for him.
Well, there you have it.
And
James.
Sorry, yes. Sorry, yes. So Patrick Gonzalez takes it, and looks like we're going to call in someone else to try and take him off the throne. But for now, we saw that very that big foul, which cost him this wrap. So that's what he did. And of course, I think this is a guy who everyone loves here, I think.
That's right. Baset, the Kingpin. He's up next. From Dasmariñas, Cavite, this guy is going to be challenging Chang Jun Lin pretty soon here at Sharks.
This is a new world of pool. Home of legends. A battleground where top contenders from around the world gather to become champions. A stepping stone for rising stars to prove they have what it takes to rank among the best.
Welcome to Sharks.
Well, let us congratulate here a good friend of mine, also known as the Knight. That is Richard Baculo, winning Sharks 9-Ball Showdown event. That was yesterday afternoon. Apparently, this guy was playing with me as well in that 10-man ring game, Race to 9. But he was hailed as the victor. That was yesterday. Congratulations once again, Richard Baculo.
And of course, yeah, I mean, that was an amazing performance that Richard had there in that match, that he managed to get himself into position and take the win. So all these other players here on the in the 9-Ball Showdown hoping to replicate the same success that Richard Baculo had from his.
Well, you're right about that, Cannon, but this time, these players apparently are playing incoming players break. So nobody gets to string racks on their own break.
Which will, of course, make the players focus more on being able to finish off the rack in the best manner possible, because they want to keep their turn on the table, of course.
Yes, that's going to be pretty hard. It's going to be up to, let's say, the incoming challenger if he does slip up or give a chance out of the break. But as you can see, a break brought to you by Ropa Commercial. Baset Mocaibat makes the 9. And it's looking, well, not too good for Patrick.
Corner.
Well, we know what the Kingpin can do, so let's see how he makes. Let's see what he can do from here with the opportunity on this rack.
You know, I'd say if he makes this combination, it's going to be a nice chance for him. Well, it looks like he has solved the problem. Position from the 1 to the 2. Could be drawing just past the 3 and the 7. Anywhere for as long as he can see the 2 could be pretty much doable for him for the rest of the remaining number of balls on the table.
I have to agree with you there. I mean, the preparation from the 1 to the 2 is key here. Once he gets this, then the rack seems pretty much his with how open the layout is right now.
Well, there you have it. And well, this is unexpected. Over the 7 shouldn't be a problem still. Just gonna roll this 3 in. Make sure he doesn't be on the rail as he takes on the 5. Just a few more balls, several more balls for him.
It looks like he has just enough angle to get himself around to where he should be for the 6, since that's the next object ball after this one.
You're right. Easy for him. A friendly bump? Well, that could have been disastrous. The cue ball was heading too close for comfort to the 6, but the 7, well, it serves as a stopper, that cue ball. Well, it's safe to assume he's out.
Ball, corner. Billiards, Mocaibat.
And there you have it. Kingpin Baset Mocaibat wins 1 rack in his favor.
And here are the highlights of how the Kingpin reigns supreme in this rack. Beautiful 1-4 combination. And as you can see here, almost perfect position on practically every shot. So doing exactly what he needed to do to win. And he gets to keep his turn on the table.
And so, professional player from Ilocos Sur, that is Renimar David, also known as Revo. We're now up to our second round of Sharks 10 Ball Showdown. He's up next to challenge the Kingpin in the next round. And again tonight, we're going to be concluding this matchup between Dennis Orculio and Shane Van Boning. Currently, Shane is leading by 10 points against Dennis. That is 50 to 40 ranks. So we will see if Dennis, definitely he is capable of catching up. But Shane Van Boning, really, I consider the best player in the world, has too much to put on the table. So just stay tuned. In about maybe 4.5 hours time, we're going to be seeing this matchup.
And let's take a look at the scoreboard again as we see Antonio Lining and Patrick Gonzalez still with 2 points each. And now Baseth Mocaibat joins the logjam over with 5 players with 1 point each. So Renimar David looking to get his first point here as he takes his turn at the table. And this break, as always, being brought to you by Ropa Commercial. So he collects the 1 on that rack, on that break, and the 2 ball is up next. Pretty open layout here, so Renimar looking to take advantage. And Renimar David looking sharp here as he is just a ball away from taking in his first point as well.
There you have it. Renimar David finally gets his name on the board. dito sa ating round number 2.
And this, from start to finish, was nothing but the Renimar David show as he just continued to run this rack all the way to the 10 ball. Now we'll see if he can hold his own against his next opponent, Jonald Galve from Surigao, the man they call Balbon. And of course, as he says here, he's been a longtime fan of Efren Bata Reyes since he was 10 years old. And he started at that age, and now he's here at the Sharks Arena showing his stuff.
This is a new world of pool. Home of legends. A battleground where top contenders from around the world gather to become champions. A stepping stone for rising stars to prove they have what it takes to rank among the best. Welcome to Sharks.
And if you want to be a member of the Sharks, we have screenings here at Hard Time Sports Bar. Please contact Mr. Alex Parker at 0916-466-4695. That's Mr. Alex Parker at 0916-466-4695. So if you want to be a part of the Mecca of Pool, then join us here at Sharks. Antonio Lining and Patrick Gonzalez still leading the pack here, but we already have 6 players, including Warren Kiamco and Baseth Mocaibat, with 1 point each. So it's just James Aranas and Rainer Espejo who are looking to get that first crucial point.
All right, here we go. Shark Kinetics player number 2 to break. This break is brought to us by Rapa Commercial.
And he gets the 10 down on the break, but per the rules of 10 ball, that's just going to go back to the foot spot.
Okay, that's right. At ito, batiin lang natin ha, mabilis. Itong si Chami D watching from Dubai. Ito si DYN or DN, yan. Rooting for Patrick Gonzalez. Go for gold para diretso ulit sa Ongpin. Aba, mukhang masarap dun ha, partner, no?
Yeah, I've been to Ongpin. It's actually part of the Chinatown district of
Yes.
Manila. And the food there is actually excellent. I've been to places, to some of the best dim sum and Chinese places. So if you're looking for Chinese food and you happen to be in Manila,
no?
yes, it is. As in dumplings that have a lot of filling in them, very filling dumplings, very good noodles. So if you want authentic Chinese, Ongpin is the place to be.
Yun naman, Kano, no? Talagang tinataka mo tayong mga Shark Fanatics eh. Gutom tuloy ako eh. Maka-order na nga muna sa V-Lugaw, ang lugaw ng Cubao.
Oh,
Ayan.
yes. It's perfect, especially with the very rainy weather we're having right now here where we are.
Ayan, kaya ingat kayo ha, Shark Fanatics, yung mga nasa daan, madulas po ang daan. Ayan, ingat kayo papunta or pauwi. Ayan, at don't forget to tune in here at Sharks, especially sa ating main event mamaya, ano? Yung ating conclusion, day 3 of our match between Dennis Orculio and Shane Van Boning.
So that match is coming up tonight, but for now, Jonald Galve looking to get around this with a kick. And it looks like Renemar can see that one ball, and this might be the opening he needs to actually get this rack under his belt.
That's right. But for him, to get to the blue 2, needs to avoid some traffic. The 7 ball and the 6.
And he looks good.
Wow.
He actually looks good. Very nicely played. So he gets in perfect position for that 2. So that was very good speed control right there.
That's right.
Just the right amount of, just the right speed, just the right amount of spin. And he can get himself in position for that 3 ball. Yes, looks like he can see it from there. And the difficulty here might be holding position for the 4, because so he has to have the right speed to bounce it off the cushion and get himself where he can pocket it in the side, most likely.
What about the purple 5 here, Cannon? Oh!
Well, I think that plan will have to be put on hold there as Renemar David gives up a foul there.
And looks like Galve is now thinking about going for a 4-10 combo here.
Yep, he's seeing the opportunity, and he's lining up the ball. Yeah, this looks like I think he wants to end it early. Well, that's a possibility. Or,
Well,
I think he took the extension just to make sure he gets his plan. So it looks like he'll try to run this out instead.
yeah, until the 7. Until that brown 7, and he'll go for a combo later. Last 3 shots on this rack from Galve.
5 ball, side.
5 to the side, 6 to the corner, and that's 7-10 combo. Oh!
And it caught the corner of the pocket, sadly. And that leaves Renemar David the opportunity to take over and get that possible 7-10 combo later down the rack.
Well, looks like he left himself with lots of angle here.
So he pulls out the extension, and he's going to have to mount the table here. And of course, the rule requires he must keep at least 1 foot on the ground. So he has to be very careful doing this. And unfortunately, misses there.
Well, so far on this rack, we've had a total of 3 misses already.
I believe it's his first time on the table, so I think he's still trying to find his momentum here.
Well,
Okay, that and he unfortunately double kisses that one. And now the question is, will he go for it here? But that looks like a very difficult combination if he's planning it.
well, he's thinking about going real first.
So probably kick the 10 out of the way. What, to make the 9?
To make
I
the
think that's 6 rather.
Oh, yeah.
So
Was
close.
Thinking about taking the 6 ball, using the 10. Fortunately, left that 6 ball hanging.
Yes. So now we're looking at Jonald Galve, hoping to take advantage of this opportunity here. And a very friendly hit and a very friendly kiss there.
Another miss, partner. This is... we rarely see these players miss those types of shots.
It looks like they're struggling for some reason,
Yeah.
but
Very surprising.
Well, now let's see if he can make hay on this opportunity here. So the opportunity is now for him to close out this rack if he can get the 8, 9, and then 10 out of the way.
It's gonna go back and forth. 9 and 10, the same pocket probably.
Yes, the angle looks good from here. So the angle looks just good enough for him to go for the 10 ball in one of the pockets after, one of the corner pockets afterward.
Ten ball, corner. Winner.
All right, there you have it. Revo David gets his name on the board finally in this round number 2. And some of the highlights from our previous rack.
And coming up next, we have representing the island of Mindoro, the one and only Raymart Lito Lapid Camomo. And of course, he's another competitor who will be more than happy to take this opportunity here at the table. 4.71 points per game. And he's got already 2 wins and a 3rd place finish. So he's got the wins to prove that he could compete at this level.
Secret weapon of champions. Battle tested. Engineered to perfection. The tip of the spear. Core Q-tips. Available at Hard Time Sports Bar.
And of course, code jump cues and tips are now available at Hard Time Sports Bar. If you want a piece of action from code jump cues and tips, just contact Mr. Jojo Sanchez at 0920-923-8752. Again, that's Mr. Jojo Sanchez over at 920-923-8752. And of course, you can get here also at Hard Time Sports Bar. And of course, coming soon here on Sharks, Taiwan's very own Fire Dragon Chang Lung Lin takes on the Kingpin, Baseth Mocaibat, representing the Philippines. So 2 guys who are more than capable of pulling in people with their great play. Well, they're up next here. They're coming soon. And keep it tuned here to Sharks for more details.
Okay, Shark Fanatics, after 11 racks. Alright, here is our scores. Batiin natin David Plattner over at Facebook. Greetings from Switzerland. We also have Philip Diga. Shoutout naman loads. Ayan, happy viewing to you, Philip Diga. And Justin Gonzalez. Ayan, shoutout daw sa kanyang ito si Patrick Gonzalez from Sixto Gonzalez and his siblings. Kaya mo yan, nak. Bring home the bacon.
Wow, that's lovely there. That's some mom support right there. It's great to hear that.
Make your mama proud, Patrick Gonzalez. That break was brought to you by Ropa. Ito, anong feeling, partner, no? Dati, binabasa lang namin yung comment mo dito. Ngayon, ikaw na yung nagbabasa ng mga comments.
It's still a dream for me. This feels so much like when we were talking about this off cam, and I believe I said something to the effect of like, it's like a kid in the candy store or in the toy store. It's like 10-year-old me left alone at a toy kingdom or or at a candy shop. So it still feels unreal because this was something I never thought I'd be able to do, especially because I haven't done this in so long, and I've always dreamt of this as a kid. So to be able to do this again, I appreciate the opportunity that Sharks has given me to join all of you to share this, and hopefully I can continue this wonderful partnership with you guys. And I thank you all for welcoming me. It's really a big deal to me, I swear.
Wow. Well, you are a great addition to the team. That's why we would like to welcome you, and we're hoping, no, that there's more schedules to come na mag-share tayo, no, dito sa commentators booth. At yan.
Meanwhile, Raymart Kamomot, unfortunately, with a foul there, as he gives the ball in hand to Revo David, and Revo now has a fairly easy layout, so it looks like he may have this rack in the bag as long as he keeps his focus here. So,
well, if he takes this rack, he'll be our new leader.
yes, first guy, I believe, to 3 points if he gets this.
Handball corner. Winner.
And now we have Revo David atop the leaderboard now, taking in his third point of this match right here. And looks like things are starting to get interesting here now that he's in front. And you can see here how he dissected this rack, how he made it his own and took home the points.
All right, and coming up next, we have player number 4, Jolo Aspuria, averaging 3.60 points per game, still seeking first ever podium finish here at Sharks. Pride of Olongapo, Jolo Aspuria coming up next.
Secret weapon of champions. Engineered to perfection. Battle tested. A warrior spear. Call jump cues. Available at Hard Time Sports Bar.
And of course, code jump cues and tips available at Hard Time Sports Bar. So if you want some, come get some. Of course.
Alright, coming soon here at Sharks, it's the RoboCop Dennis Orculio versus the Fire Dragon Chang Young Lin. Happening only here at the Mecca of Pool, Sharks.
Break.
So to break here in this 10-man ring challenge, it's Jolo Aspuria looking for his second point. And of course, this break, as always, being brought to you by Ropa Commercial.
Push. Push. The third. One ball. Corner. Four ball. Side.
At ito, partner, ha? Last 2 balls for David to get to his 4th point to further extend his lead.
Very delicate shot right there to get in position for the 10. And this for point number 4 to get even further ahead on the leaderboard.
Winner.
Ranamar David with his 4th point dito sa ating rack number 12. So, ayan, no?
So you can see the jump shot that didn't quite work out. But then this was where Revo went to work.
All right.
Up next, it's Tacloban City's own Rainer Espejo, the man they call Asunta, who will be breaking. So he's already got a total of 4 podium finishes, averaging 3.55 points per game. and he'll have his shot coming up next. And of course, you can coming soon on Sharks. Some more great action. You're going to see the Black Tiger, Carlo Biado, squaring off against Chang Lung Lin, the Fire Dragon from Taiwan. So we will be announcing the schedule of this as soon as we can. But for now, keep it tuned to the Mecca Pool Sharks for updates. And look at this, partner. Look at this.
Yeah, we still have 2 players who have yet to score. One of those players happens to be our next challenger against our current leader, Renomar David. That's player number 6, Rainer Espejo. Ayan, ano. David only needs 5 more to end our second event and to be hailed our champion. So, tingnan natin. Alright, here we go. Player number 6 to break. Pride of Tacloban City, Asunta.
And this break brought to you, as always, by Ropa Commercial.
Oh, dry break from Asunta and leaving an open shot to our current leader of the pack. That's Revo David.
So as we mentioned earlier, the break format is always that the incoming player will have the opportunity to break. So
That's right.
So it's up to the challenger basically has to be able to do a break and run out to have the best chance of getting to the table.
Yes, that's right, partner. No? Kasi pagka winner's break ito, of course, we're talking about the best professional pool players in the Philippines. Baka maka 9 straight, ano?
Yeah.
That's why we're giving chances naman sa ating mga challengers, ano, na makatira din and to have their chances of shooting at the table.
I recall when Shane Van Boning took part in that 10-man ring challenge. I believe he
really
he actually managed to get to 8 points.
8 straight points
before he was stopped, and even then he only needed his next turn to be able to close it out. So if you're playing at that very high level, at that world-class level, sometimes all you just need is one opportunity. to make it count.
That's right, ano? Tama ka dyan. Shane Van Boning winning 8 straight, no? Started at round number 2 kasi nung round number 1 natalo siya ni Baseth Mocaibat. Ano? So he waited for an hour, and that opportunity ginrab na namin to interview him, ano, dito sa commentator's booth. Diyan mismo siya umupo kung nasa ka ngayon.
That's nice.
Ano, we asked him lots of questions. Even our short fanatics also asked him a lot of questions, which he answered naman din, ano, na talaga namang walang alinlangan, no? Talagang pinagbigyan niya ang ating short fanatics.
And we're happy that we had him here for those few days, and I think a lot of the players I even saw at the end of the ring challenge, they were all going about him like they were all going about him like true fans as they are, because for them to be able to compete against a world-class championship winning caliber player like Shane Van Boning, it's already an honor in itself.
Oh, look at that shot from Rainer Espejo. Unfortunately, that cue ball didn't stop moving until he headed towards that corner pocket. Alam mo, partner, totoo yung sinabi mo, ha? It's like, if you can imagine our PBA players sharing the court with LeBron James. Di ba? Parang ganun di ba?
Yes, I think it would be a very wonderful experience. And actually, I'm glad to hear that Shane took the time to actually acknowledge that a lot of the players he was up against were in fact huge fans of his, and that they appreciated the fact that he took the time to actually come here
and
take them on in what was some of the most interesting and most amazing challenges to date. And like we said here, he's got just one more coming up tonight. So that's, I think, the one that a lot of people are waiting for too. So stay tuned, guys, because this week that will be coming on later tonight.
Yes, partner. And hopefully, hindi lang si Shane Van Boning ang gumawa niyan. Pati yung mga upcoming events natin, mga foreign players natin. We do hope na kahit papaano magbigay din sila ng time nila na makakompete dito sa ating 10-man ring game.
I think so. I mean, who knows? You might see Darren Appleton there eventually. I mean, I'd love to see how he fares in a 10-man ring challenge, which will be very unique for him, since I think a lot of people have said that this is a unique format that a lot of players don't usually compete in, because
Shane Van Boning, he told us dito na very unique nga, first time niya na makapag-compete sa ganitong klaseng format.
And Revo to take it away, and there he goes. Revo takes on another point here. He's up now with his 5th point, cementing his place on the leaderboard.
That's right. At talaga namang lumalayo na at lumolobo ang kalamangan dito ni Revo David. Tingnan natin, mapagpatuloy niya kaya yan, dahil ang susunod niyang kalaban dito is a veteran of the game. We're talking about Vice from Oriental Mindoro, no, partner?
Yes, Antonio Lining, of course, a very well-established name on the local scene and even internationally. He has already a total of 8 podium finishes and 4.33 points per game, and of course he's coming up next, and let's see how he fares in this 10-man ring challenge.
This is a new world of pool. Home of legends. A battleground where top contenders from around the world gather to become champions. A stepping stone for rising stars to prove they have what it takes to rank among the best. Welcome to Sharks.
And coming soon on Sharks, some world-class action on the pool table. Francisco Django Bustamante squares off against Darren Dynamite Appleton of the United Kingdom. So the Philippines tangles with the UK in what looks to be a stellar match that's going to have all eyes here on Sharks. So of course, keep it tuned to the Mecca of Pool for updates, as we'll be announcing this soon.
Okay, batiin natin Mang Ambo over at YouTube. Oo nga, no? Saan po niya nakuha yung moniker na Asunta? Yan niyo po, mamaya tatanungin natin si Rainer Espejo, ano? Darren Apple over at YouTube. Can't wait to watch DD. Yeah, that's Dodong Diamond, ano?
Yeah, and then looks like we see here the leaderboard. So Revo David definitely out in front with 5 points, and he's just 4 away from winning it all. And Antonio Lining now looking to get his 3rd point to try and join to get solo 2nd place if he can get this.
This break from Antonio Lining is brought to us by Ropa Commercial.
And a very solid break to start out the match here. He gets the 1 ball in, and it looks like he has a path to the 2 ball.
At mukhang posible din, ha? Tingnan natin, no? Ang 3-10 magkatabi. Baka ma-shortcut ito, ha? Tingnan natin.
That looks like a tempting proposition, but of course, first things first, the 2 ball must go down before the 3 and 10 become an option. And he decides to play a kick instead.
Safety, you know, behind the pink 4. Wow. Great shot.
Very well played. Using the 3 and the... Sorry, is that the 3? Yeah. As the blocker.
Oh, the pink 4.
Pink 4 as blocker as well. So this is going to force Revo David to get creative with his kick game.
Two
So
ball, corner.
he's gonna take it. This might be a two cushion kick.
Wow, look at this. Efren-esque shot,
Yes,
partner.
that is it. That is yes, and we see here that's shades of Efren's
A Z
world
shot.
famous Z shot at the
Yeah.
Sands Regency Open from '95. So that was a brilliant shot. I think that deserves a replay later if we get it. Hopefully,
And he deserves this rack. He'll be going for a 310 combo, I think.
yes. So he sets himself up for the combination that could wrap this up. And yes,
Wow.
perfectly done. That's
David.
the execution here by Renemar David as he makes a brilliant Z shot followed by the 310 combination. What a way to end that rack. That is just beautiful to watch here. As we can see here. And there's the kick by Antonio Lining, which then brings out the Z shot, as you can see it right here. And that sets up the 310 winner.
Grabe. And he deserves this rack. Right now, he's got 6 points already.
And now, coming up next, the Cebuano warrior right there, Warren Kiamco. Coming up next as he takes on Revo David. He's got a 5.27 points per game average and 5 podium finishes. 4 of those wins atop the ladder. And of course, Warren Kiamco, a definite player's player right there. He'll be up next, and we'll be right back.
Secret weapon of champions. Battle tested. Engineered to perfection. The tip of the spear. Core Q-tips. Available at Hard Time Sports Bar.
Call jump cues and tips are now available at Hard Time Sports Bar. Contact Mr. Jojo Sanchez at 0920-923-8752. That's Mr. Jojo Sanchez at 0920-923-8752. And coming soon on Sharks, some more great action here. One of today's participants in this 10-man ring challenge, Antonio Vice Lining, takes on Darren Dynamite Appleton. The match will be announced. We'll be sure to share the details here on Sharks. So stay tuned because this is coming your way very, very soon.
Okay, over at YouTube, we have Steve. Amazing Z-shot. They're acknowledging that amazing Z-shot from Revo David kanina, no? And according to Mang Ambo, a reenactment of Efren's Z-shot.
That's true. That's true. Very, very well executed Z shot that set him up perfectly for the 310 winner. So Renemar David, the man they call Revo, still well atop the leaderboard with 6 points, just 3 racks away from taking home this match. So Antonio Lining, who is in second place, is up next.
Break.
And this break from Warren Kiamco is brought to you by Rapa Commercial.
So Warren Kiamco, looks like the break, I think, turned out dry. Oh, pardon me. That was actually the 5 ball falling in at the very last moment there. So it's good to see that. So now Warren Kiamco has a fairly open layout and a shot on the 1 right there. So Kiamco decides to play a little defense there. And that leaves a long shot for Revo David. Very long shot here. And the question will be, where will he pot this one to set up the 2-ball?
I think he's going around the world here to get back to the blue 2 after. Oh, hold on. He's playing defense here, which is a good decision from Revo David. You know, he has lots of balls to hide that cue ball.
Yes, and it looks like Warren now, I think he's going to be taking out the jump cue. Looks like he's pulling out the jump cue so that he can attempt this. So the question will just be where he'll get
Corner.
the 1 ball to end up.
Oh, too unfortunate for Warren. Was able to jump his cue ball over the blue 2, hit the 1 ball, but that cue ball didn't stop from heading towards that corner pocket. So this is a ball in hand
10
for
ball.
Revo David.
Corner.
And look at this partner. Another combo to
Looks
the
like
10.
Yes, looks like Renemar David is looking to finish this one early as well with the ball in hand situation.
7 points already for Revo
Yeah.
David, partner.
Lead.
That's how many straight wins from Revo now.
Revo is just 2 away and from winning this, and that's a strong performance he's had today. So he's not let go of his turn at the table for a while now. So it looks like he's running. So as you can see here, perfectly executed combination shot there. And
This
coming
is-
up next, the man they call Dodong Diamond of Cavite, the one and only James Aranas, is up next.
Secret weapon of champions. Engineered to perfection. Battle tested. A warrior spear. Caw jump cues. Available at Hard Time.
Call jump cues and tips are now available at Hard Time Sports Bar. So contact Mr. Jojo Sanchez at 0920-923-8752 if you want to get yours. Again, Mr. Jojo Sanchez at 0920-923-8752.
Wow, that's 7 straight wins already coming from Renemar David. He only needs 2 more to be declared our champion.
And speaking of straight wins, coming up later tonight, the main event, Day 3, the final day of Dennis Robocop Orcolio taking on Shane, the South Dakota Kid Van Boning. So it's the Philippines clashes with America in this at the end of this 3-day encounter. And right now, Orcolio is trailing at 50-40 behind Shane. Can he make a comeback, or will it be a perfect run for the South Dakota Kid? Well, we'll get to find that out later tonight as for a main event. For meantime, looking at the scoreboard, Renemar David has already run 7 consecutive racks, and he's just 1 rack away from the hill and 2 racks away from the victory. And it's coming up next. And James Aranas now with the opportunity to snap that streak. And this break being brought to you by Ropo Commercial. And James Aranas, 2 balls down and a shot on the 1. So this looks like a good opportunity here for James Aranas to snap that streak.
Extension. 5 ball. Corner. Two ball. Corner.
James Aranas now looking to snap that streak here. It's just making sure that he gets the shot here on the 2 and sets himself up for the next ball. And a little thick there. Well, actually hit the cushion first and didn't quite get there. And it looks like Revo David's coming up next, and he has an open shot right here and an opportunity to put himself on the hill if he wraps this rack up.
Seven straight.
Nakita
4
siguro si
ball.
Shane at
Corner.
Let's see if he pulls off a Shane Van Boning type of performance, you know, with his 8th straight win.
And it's looking very good so far. Very open layout. So all he has to do now is just focus on making each shot. We're down to just 3. That's amazing right there. That's an amazing run he's done so far. He has not let up in his intensity here. Still playing with a lot of fire and playing with a lot of focus. And it looks like a little short, but I think it's manageable for Renemar David. I think he can take this one. Just has to give it a little bounce off that cushion to get back to where he has to be for the 10.
Ball. Corner. Winner. David.
And we're looking now at a stellar run here, showing you the stuff that Renemar David is made of. He gets to 8-0, and he is up on the hill now. And the Devil Boy from Pangasinan, Patrick Gonzalez, is up next. And he's the man right now. And of course, if you want to join the Sharks family here, you of course feel free to contact Mr. Alex Parker at 0916-466-4695. So Mr. Alex Parker is the man to contact at 0916-466-4695. So the screen times are all held here at Hard Time Sports Bar. And of course, it's your chance to be part of the league of some of the best pool players, not just in the country, but probably in the world. So again, feel free to take this opportunity because it's going to be a wonderful chance for you. Looking at the scoreboard right now, Renimar David just one rack away from wrapping up this 10-man ring challenge. And standing in his way is Patrick Gonzalez. Can Patrick stop this advance, or will it be Revo David's day to celebrate? We shall find out soon. With that break, brought to you by Ropa Commercial. So, Renimar David looking now as he takes the extension off his, I believe that's his jump cue right there. So he's looking aggressive here. He wants to take this shot to jump it to the 1 ball.
Foul.
And a foul called as
Foul 1.
Revo David failed to hit the 1 ball and instead got into the 9 ball, which is why the 9 ball moved off the cushion. So we can see here, this is a spectacularly position for Revo David, as he is in position to win this. Right now, Patrick Gonzalez, though, rolls it there and gets himself in position for a shot at the 2.
High ball, corner. Six ball, corner.
Oh, looks like he'll be stopped here, Renimar David, by the Devil Boy, who has bad intentions here.
It's like shades of Shane Van Boning's performance.
nga,
He got
no?
to 8, and then somebody said, not so fast. So that's what we're seeing here from Patrick Gonzalez, as he saw the opening, and he's doing exactly what he has to do, which is take advantage.
Medyo malakas. But this shouldn't be a problem for the Devil Boy.
10 ball, corner.
Almost.
Gonzalez.
Grabe yun. At anyways, Patrick Gonzalez now stopping Revo David from claiming another championship. Right now he gets his second point and now at third place in our scoreboard.
But still, a very impressive run here. 8 consecutive racks
Oh yes.
taken by Revo David, showing some really stern stuff here as he just continued to play here. But this was for Patrick Gonzalez. Look at how he just gets it to kiss the 9 to go in the corner pocket, and he just wrapped it up with a very clean showing on this rack right here.
Next up is the Kingpin from Dasmariñas, Cavite, averaging 4.08 points per game with 1 championship, 2 second and 2 third place finishes. For Baseth Mocaibat, he's up next.
This is a new world of pool. Home of legends. A battleground where top contenders from around the world gather to become champions. A stepping stone for rising stars to prove they have what it takes to rank among the best. Welcome to Sharks.
Coming soon on Sharks, another classic encounter here. Taiwan's own Fire Dragon Chang Lung Lin squares off against Baseth Mocaibat, the Kingpin from Dasmariñas, Cavite. And this is going to be a very, very blockbuster level match here. So we'll be sure to announce the schedule for this once it's available. But for now, keep your eyes peeled to the Mecca of Pool, Sharks. And as we can see here, Renemar David still way out in front, but Patrick Gonzalez has got himself into second place, Antonio Lining in third, and then 4 players up with 1 point each, and only James Aranas and Rainer Espejo have yet to tally a single point. So we're going to see the Kingpin and Patrick Gonzalez squaring off next.
Break.
And this break from Kingpin is brought to us by Ropa Commercial. Ganda na Sargosana. Good scatter of balls, but a dry break from the Kingpin.
And it looks like Patrick has a shot to the 1, although he'll have a bit of preparation work to do to get to the 2 ball with where the 2 ball is at.
1 ball corner. Two ball side. Extension.
A nice containment safety Going real first kick and stick. Ginawa doon ni Kingpin.
And the kick attempt, well, successful, does leave a shot for the Kingpin. So can the Kingpin take advantage of this? He's looking at the balls right now, trying to figure out the angle. And he knows he has a bit of work to do here to get this match in his favor.
Oh, he hit it thin, partner, no?
Yep, a bit thinner than he expected. So this now leaves a very interesting situation for Patrick. He can either play safe, probably try to hide it behind the 4, or if he's daring, he can even treat that as a long bank down to the corner. But of course, we'll see how that goes.
And decides to play safe instead behind the pink 4. Simple but very effective.
Two ball, side. Good.
Oh, look at this. Perfect counter safety from Baseth.
Two ball, side.
DN over at Facebook. Pa-shoutout daw watching from Dubai. Have you been to Dubai, partner?
Not yet, actually, but I do know people who have worked in Dubai, and it's like any desert country, very hot, very hot. But it's actually a very nice place because there are a lot of Filipinos, there are a lot of foreign nationals who actually work there. So it's a very appealing climate for those who are looking for work. It's a wonderful place.
Kaya naman pa-shoutout na rin kami dyan, ha. DN sa mga kababayan nating OFWs dyan. Alam mo, ito yung nakakatuwa sa Sharks, no? Although magkakalayo tayo sa lokasyon, pero nagkakalapit tayo dito sa Sharks, ano?
And that was an amazing two-way shot there. I believe he took out 2 balls. Great shot there.
Ayun nga lang, walang position for the red 3. Pinaka nakikita kong pocket na lang na available is the side pocket, but malayo itong cue ball.
Yeah, rather awkward position here. So Mocaibat will have to be a little creative
Side
here.
ball, corner.
Ito naman si Jay Salome over at YouTube. He's watching from Kuwait. Ayan. So, happy viewing to you, Jay Salome.
And hope you're all enjoying there over in Kuwait as well, over in the Middle East. So I do know a few people there who are working there. So to whoever's from like my friends from Kuwait, like Steph, of course, hope you and the Fam Bam are doing great there.
All right. At ito, si Patrick Gonzalez. Right now at second place sa ating scoreboard with his 3rd point. Looking to get to his 4th and hoping to catch up itong ating si Revo David, ano? Dahil siya yung naka-stop kanina.
Yep. And now he wants to take advantage of this. So the 5 ball. And he's in perfect position for the 6. That's well played. Pretty elementary layout I can see here. Looks like all Patrick has to do is just focus on pocketing the balls, and everything seems to be falling into place for this one.
Ten ball, corner. Winner.
And there we go. Patrick Gonzalez takes home another point there, cementing his place in second and hoping to catch up with the leader, Renemar David. And you can see here the excellent execution made by Patrick Gonzalez.
Next up is player number 2, Jonald Galve, averaging 3.50 a game. Still looking for his first ever Sharks championship, known as Balbon from Surigao. Jonald Galve coming up next.
And coming soon on Sharks, RoboCop, Dennis Orculio, one of the Philippines' best players, taking on one of Taiwan's finest in the Fire Dragon, Chang Lung Lin. So this match, we're still waiting for the schedule for this, but once we have the word, you know that we will deliver it right here at the Mecca of Pool, Sharks. So the leaderboard still showing some very interesting scores here. Renemar David still just one rack away from closing this out. But Patrick Gonzalez still fighting his way up the board. And then Antonio Lining with 2. And 5 players with 1 point each, and only 2 so far who have yet to get on the boards. So Jonald Galve is coming up next, and he hopes to add to his 1 point total.
Break.
And that break was brought to you by Ropa Commercial.
It doesn't look like he has a shot here. So Patrick is being partially blocked by the 6. So the question is if he'll do a push out or if he'll perform some sort of safety. Looks like he's going for the jump. Yeah, he's going for the jump cue. And what an excellently executed shot right there.
Uh-oh, look at this. Though he made the 1 ball, didn't get his ideal position for the blue 2. Looking to jump once again, no, partner?
Yeah, back-to-back jumps. This is going to be a very daring shot for him to take, but he's proven it once, and let's see if he can do it again.
Cue ball. Nako.
Scratch foul.
That's a foul from the Devil Boy.
Foul 1.
Was going for the blue 2 to the corner, but instead it's the cue ball which went in. Ball in hand for Galve. Any problem so far on the table?
Well, the ball seemed to be more to the right, more to the left side, so he just has to navigate this. Looks like, though, nothing that he can't manage as long as he focuses on making each of these shots count. So
Ito na lang 4, tingin ko problema.
yeah, it's looks like it's partially blocking, but I think he can manage this.
4 ball to the side. I don't think we'll get the...
I think he wanted to be at least an inch or two longer, more roll, but looks like this will force him to get a little creative.
Foul.
And the foul called there. And looks like Patrick Gonzalez is back on the table with ball in hand.
Foul 1.
At ito ha, Patrick Gonzalez, kanina siya yung pumigil kay Revo David. But right now, he's the one who is unstoppable, ano? Right now, looking for his 5th point.
I have to agree. Patrick is now the one on a roll right now, and he's taking full advantage. Showing his stuff here as he has just been rolling through. And this could be his 5th point. Of course, he has to make sure that he gets each and every one of these balls in the pocket.
Good afternoon to you, George Ong, the Zimatarzi, all the way from the rainforests of Bohol. Ayan, George Ong. Gusto ko ipakilala sa iyo ang ating pinakabagong commentator dito, ha. Katambalan ko siya ngayon, none other than Cannon Tairit.
A good day to you, Sir George. Hopefully you're enjoying this match just as we all are here.
By the way, ito si George Ong, siya yung ating one of the Sharks players dito, ano? At yung kanyang anak naman si AJ Ong, siya yung makakatambalan mo mamaya. Ano?
I'm honored. I'm looking forward to that. This is going to be a very, very action-packed day. So I'm looking forward to getting the opportunity later to work with AJ. And hopefully this will be the beginning of a long and fruitful run here.
Wow. Looking forward to it, partner. And look at this. Patrick Gonzalez now with 5 points.
And it looks like Patrick Gonzalez is now the one with the momentum clearly on his side, as he is now holding solid here with 5 points to his credit. And coming up next, check this out. Let's see that one. That was a crucial foul there, as that gave Patrick Gonzalez all the opportunity to come in and take the rack. See here, very, very smooth execution here. And just like that, he's got 5 points. Coming up next, Mindoro's own Lito Lapid, Raymar Camomot. And while he can't exactly fly like Julio Valiente, he can still take a cue and give you a good fight. We'll be right back after this, so just stay tuned here to the Mecca of Pool, Sharks.
This is a new world of pool. Home of legends. A battleground where top contenders from around the world gather to become champions. A stepping stone for rising stars to prove they have what it takes to rank among the best. Welcome to Sharks.
And coming soon to Sharks, the defending U.S. Open champion and member of the victorious Team Philippines at the Predator World Team Championship, Carlo the Black Tiger Biado, taking on the Fire Dragon Changlung Lin from Taiwan. This is going to be a real stellar match here, and we have it for you coming soon only on the Mecca of Pool, Sharks. So as we can see here, Renemar David still ahead of the pack with 8 points. But Patrick Gonzalez is nipping at his heels with 5 points. Then Antonio leading with 2. And then we have 5 players with 1 point each, including our next challenger, Mr. Raymart Kabomot. And of course, just 2 left who have yet to get on the board. So it's coming right up next.
Break.
This break is brought to you by Ropa Commercial.
Foul.
And we saw a foul, unfortunately.
Foul 1.
So Patrick Gonzalez with ball in hand takes out the 1, and he'll be looking to take the 2 as well in that side pocket.
2 ball side.
Oh, but he overran his cubo position for the pink 4 here. Patrick Gonzalez looking to play safe first. Probably using the 7, the 9, and the 10 as blockers. Or maybe just the green 6.
And looks like the 5 will be the blocker for this particular safety, as this does not leave Raymart Kamomot a lot of opportunities to score. So it looks like he'll have to just be content with playing safe.
Uh-oh. Lito Lapid won't like this, as he leaves an opening here for the Devil Boy.
So it looks like he has good position on the 5 to get to the 6, then to the 7. The 9 and 10 though look a little tricky because they're pretty close to each other. So how he'll navigate this, well, we'll see soon enough.
Oh, he's gonna use lots of top spin. Bounce off, and with lots of inside spin.
Very well executed there. That's great position to get to the 9 so that he can get himself to the 10 and continue his so far stellar run.
Handball. Corner.
And with this ball, it will be 6 points for Patrick Gonzalez. And he gets it.
Gonzalez.
There you have it, player number 8 now with 6 points, and that's the Devil Boy Patrick Gonzalez. Highlights from our previous rack.
And of course, that was the key shot, right? Partner, that looked like the key shot of the rack.
Unfortunately for Lito Lapid, we're gonna be seeing him back next round. But in our next rack, it's going to be our next challenger. That's Jolo Aspuria from Olongapo, averaging 3.60 a game. Still looking for his first ever podium finish. Jolo Aspuria coming up next.
Secret weapon of champions. Battle tested. Engineered to perfection. The tip of the spear. Core Q-tips. Available at Hard Time Sports Bar.
Coming soon here at Sharks, it's Francisco Django Bustamante versus Darren the Dynamite Appleton. Brought to you by Bugsy Promotions and Hard Time Sports Bar. So far, ito po ang ating scores. After 21 racks, 8 of those coming from Renomer David, 6 from Patrick Gonzalez, and 2 from Antonio Lining. Ayan po ang ating scores. We're heading on to our rack. Number 22, Patrick Gonzalez versus Jolo Aspuria. Here we go. This break from Jolo Aspuria is brought to us by Rapa Commercial. Domsky Sunday, rooting for Patrick Gonzalez. Let's go daw, Idol Patrick. Jack Turansky, rooting for James Aranas naman. Dry break from Jolo, and an open layout here for the Devil Boy. Ako, sobra yata ito. Cover sa 5. It's going for a kick. Calling the 2 ball to the side. But he sells this out in favor of Jolo Aspuria. 2 ball to the side. Friendly bump on the pink 4 to get position for the red 3. Nice shot there from Jolo Aspuria. 6 ball to the side or maybe to the corner for Jolo.
Nine ball side. Ten ball, corner. Billiards. Aspuria.
That's Jolo Aspuria for you guys, stopping Patrick Gonzalez. Right now he has 2 points already. Next up is Rainer Espejo, averaging 3.55 a game with 1 championship. Asunta from Tacloban City, Rainer Espejo coming up next.
Secret weapon of champions. Engineered to perfection. Battle tested. A warrior spear. Caw jump cues. Available at hard time.
Quality jump cues and tips. Look for Jojo Sanchez at 0920-923-8752. Coming soon here at Sharks, Antonio Vice Lining contra Darren the Dynamite Appleton. Only here at Sharks, brought to us by Bugsy Promotions. Ito po ang ating scores. Ang rumatsyada po kanina si Renimar David. Nag 8 straight wins, grabe, at natigil nga lang. And at second place, we have Patrick Gonzalez, alias Devil Boy, with 6 wins. Antonio Lining at third with 2. Player number 6, Rainer Espejo, looking for his first win. This break is brought to us by Rapa Commercial. Magandang kalat pero walang pumasok para kay Rainer. Aspuria eyeing to get his third win. If Aspuria wins, he's going to be knocking down Antonio Lining at third. At siya naman ang pepwesto doon sa third place natin.
Medyo medyo mahina nga lang yung tira pero kaya pa rin naman. Munti ka na rin. Pero magandang recovery yon from Aspuria. Nothing much to say. Nothing is stopping this kid from getting his third win.
Corner. 8 ball, corner. Ball, side.
Awkward 10. Still to the side. And there you go. Our current third placer, Jolo Aspuria. Susunod man dito, it's gonna be Antonio Lining, player number 5. The Silver Lining, Nikoy, The Lightning. Ang dami po niyang moniker dito, pero sa Sharks, ang tawag po namin ay Vice. From Oriental Mindoro, Antonio Lining to break. Congratulations to our Top Guns winner, Chef Gary Arago. Congratulations, Papa Gary. At nakaisa na namang championship si Chef Gary Arago, ang ating kauna-unahang 2-time monthly champion dito sa Sharks. Jolo Aspuria, ang ating third placer ngayon, knocking down Antonio Lining. Pero ito po ngayon si Vice Antonio Lining para makalikom pa ng mga puntos and hopefully makapasok muli sa ating top 3. This break is brought to us by Rapa Commercial.
Attention.
Ito, parang tinuturo niya kung saan gusto niyang palusutin yung pato. From the top rail, passing between the 9-10. And he wants to land sana doon sa nalagpasan ng area to take the 4 ball to the corner. Now, I'm not sure if there is a combination of 4-7 between the 10 and 8. But looks like he's going to be playing safe. Parks the cue ball perfectly behind the 9. Nicely done.
Side. 4 ball, side. Good.
Good shot. But he's going to be leaving Jolo Aspuria a shot on the 4. Oh, he was trying to use the 9 to hold the cue ball. Pero tingnan natin, parang kita pa naman ng 6, pero I think it's not enough to make it to the corner. Possible jump. Tingnan natin kung gusto niyang tumalon. He's gonna be jumping a piece of the 10.
6 ball, corner.
Calls the 6 to the corner. He's gonna be hopping over. He took his chances there. Lining with an open layout. Jolo Aspuria may have won the safety battle earlier, but looks like it's going to be player number 5, Antonio Lining, who's going to get his 3rd win.
Ten ball, corner. Winner. Leading.
Lining now ties with Jolo Aspuria at 3 points, and if he wins against our next player, the Warrior from Cebu City, Warren Kiamco, mababalik po siya sa ating top 3 with 4 wins. So let's find out if Warren Kiamco or player number 5 Antonio Lining ang mananalo.
This is a new world of pool. Home of legends. A battleground where top contenders from around the world gather to become champions. A stepping stone for rising stars to prove they have what it takes to rank among the best. Welcome to Sharks.
Mamaya na po ang ating third day, the final day for the match between Dennis Orculio and SVB Shane Van Boning. And last night we ended with a scoreline of 50-40 in favor of Captain America. So let's find out if there's gonna be a great result for Dennis Orculio. Mamaya po yan, pagkatapos po ng ating 10-man ring game. And tingnan po natin kung makakahabol pa itong si Robocop. Pero no doubt naman sa tapang ni Dennis Orculio, kayang-kaya niya pong humabol kahit man 20 ang lamang. Player number 7, Warren Kiamco, looking for his second win. He's going to be breaking against Antonio Lining. Here we go. This break is brought to us by Rapa Commercial. Mr. Pacifico Ponce, magandang gabi po. And well, nung pinakahuling pinakahuling laban po ni SVB last night. So hindi pa po siya talaga nakakaalis. And after nung kay Panday, kinalaban niya si Bad Koy, Johan Chua. Tapos ngayon po nagsimula nung isang araw ang labanan nila ni na Dennis Orculio. Kaya mamaya po ang ating last day, final day po para sa ating Robocop versus SVB.
Station.
Good evening to Mr. Itsoy Balansag Orito from Dumaguete City.
Good.
Nagtapat na po sina Antonio Lining and Warren Kiamco dito sa Sharks 1-on-1. And if my memory serves me right, nanalo po doon si Antonio Lining. Maganda yung pinakita ni Antonio Lining pagdating sa safety battle, pati na rin sa pag-recover ng mga tira. Yan yung kanyang susi sa pagkapanalo. Overcuts the one. And looks like he's gonna be selling out the one ball. Malapit-lapit na sanang ma-cover ng 8 yung pato, pero ito, may open shot dito si Warren sa side. This time a thick hit. So far, so good for Antonio Lining. From Andre Joseph Rivera, shout out kay Revo David. Sabi niya, isa na lang yan, baka pakawalan mo pa. Kaya mo yan. Tama ka dyan, natrumatsyada kanina dito si Revo. 8 straight wins, parang na-inspire kay Livan Corteza na dumiretso. Pero si Livan, nagawa niyang dumiretso ng 9.
Ball.
Lining with this 10 ball to bring himself back at 3rd place. There you go.
Winner, Antonio Lee.
4th win for Antonio Lining. So ngayon, nabawi na po ni Antonio Lining ang kanyang spot at 3rd. And of course, ang plano po niya, ang goal talaga ng mga players natin dito ay manalo ng 9 wins. So let's see kung matuloy-tuloy na ba ni Antonio Lining ang kanyang ratsyada dito. So far, it's 2 straight wins for Antonio Lining. And up next to break, it's gonna be player number 9, James Aranas. DD, Dodong Diamond from Cavite.
Secret weapon of champions. Battle tested. Engineered to perfection. The tip of the spear. Core Q-tips. Available at Hard Time Sports Bar.
Coming soon here at Sharks, the Fire Dragon versus the Kingpin, Chang Junglin versus Beseth Mocaibat, only here at the Mecca of Pool. Okay, so nabawi po ang kanyang spot dito, Antonio Lining. Kanina kasi nababa po siya ni Jolo Aspuria. And ngayon, nabawi na po with 2 straight wins ni Antonio Lining. Now at 4, of course, looking for his 5th. And here comes our incoming player, player number 9, James Aranas, also known as Dodong Diamond from Cavite. This break is brought to us by Ropa Commercial. 9 ball to the side. Looks like he's gonna have a shot on the 1, unless the 4 ball gets in the way. He could still possibly cut the 1 ball and send the cue ball up table, or maybe somewhere, maybe behind the 2 as cover. There you go.
Extension. Foul. One foul.
Okay, so safety battle won by Didi, Todong Diamond, and he has an open layout. Looking good to get his first win.
Ito, mukhang masaya dito si Jack Turansky seeing Todong Diamond here on the table. And looking to get his first win. Last 5 balls for him. Pacifico Ponce over at YouTube. Yes po, hindi pa nakakauwi si Shane dahil hindi pa tapos ang kanyang laban. So right now is the final day of our match between Dennis Orculio and Shane Van Boning. So abangan nyo po yan right after this 10-man ring game. Eight ball to the side.
Let's go.
First win for Didi. Player number 9, James Aranas, finally getting his first win.
Oh, and look at this.
Susunod na.
Ito na.
Ang romansyada.
Oo. Puro na ha ang ating susunod na player. At ito, Andre Joseph Rivera. Manood ka ha, Botchok. Dahil baka tapusin na ni Revo David ito. At ito na ang ating next challenger. Puro na po with 8 points. Pride of Ilocos Sur, Revo. Renamor David averaging 3.17 a game. Looking to add another championship dito sa kanyang stats. Renamor David coming up next.
Secret weapon of champions. Engineered to perfection. Battle tested. A warrior spear. Caw jump cues. Available at Hard Time Sports Bar.
And look at the scores. Sure Canatics, Renamor David, siya po ang sasargo susunod. At puro na siya ha. He only needs 1 point here to be declared our champion. But of course, James Aranas, gutom na gutom sa panalo ito. He just got his first point sa ating previous rack. Let's see kung ma-stop niya ha, itong si Revo David and get his second straight win. Paul Jason Geronela. Ayan, puro. Yes, tama ka dyan. Puro na itong si Revo David.
Purity.
Ayun, purity.
Okay, grabe po. Nag-8 straight wins po ang ating susunod na sasargo dito, Renamor David. Pero sinong nagpatigil sa kanya? Sinong naging stopper niya?
Si The Devil Boy,
si Patrick Gonzalez.
Tapos naka-6 straight naman si Patrick kanina.
Grabe, ang ganda naman sana
ganda,
naman.
tuloy-tuloy talaga.
Ayan. Eto to, tingnan natin kung matutuldukan na ba ni Revo David ang ating 10-man professional ring game for today. Here we go. That break is brought to us by Ropa Commercial. 8. And the shot on the 1.
Look at this, partner. So far ha, ito yung best break na nakita ko.
Galing kay Revo.
Ngayon. Oo.
Eto na. Ramdam naman na niya kapag nung nakita niya kagad layout, sabi niya, kaya ko na to.
Oo.
Ganyan.
Key shot dito is yung 3 to the 4 tsaka yung 4 to the 5.
Bit of inside. Okay, nice landing. I love you, Mang Ambo. Si DP Del over at YouTube. Talaga namang hindi
Haba
kumpleto kapag wala si Mang Ambo.
Oo. Ang haba ng pagmamahal niya sa'yo, partner, ha?
Ito, gagamitin pa ba ang Gis dito o lalagpasan na lang niya siguro? Ayan.
Nako, partner, looks like this is the beginning of the end para dito kay James Aranas at sa entire roster natin, ano?
Yun na nga. Kumbaga kanina, natigil lang siya sa 8 tapos nagpasabik. Parang ganun ba?
Ayun na nga, ano?
Eto na po. 3 bola na lang ang natitira para kay Renemar David.
Nako, parang gusto niya sabihin, Shane, magbihis ka na at maglalaro ka na, no? Parang ganun.
Silang
ano?
dalawa na lang daw. Ganon.
Oo. Parang gusto niyang siya yung tumapos kay Shane, ano?
Ganon.
Mala Shane kasi yung performance niya kanina, no? 8 straight wins.
Very inspired itong si Renemar David. Now 2 balls remaining. And he's going to be taking the 10 ball to the side. Renemar David with this 10 ball to finish our 10-man ring game. And he gets it.
All right, congratulations, Renemar David, aka Revo, the pride of Candon City, Ilocos Sur.
Ito na siguro yung pinaka-dominating performance na pinakita ni Revo David simula nung pagsali niya dito.
Oh yes, indeed. Ito yun.
Napakagandang performance from Renemar David at ito po ang kanyang huling rack dito. It was a break and run out. Talagang pinakita niya na siya ang magtatapos dito. Congratulations once again to Renemar David, player number 1. So stick around guys at papakita po namin ang ating final results. And ito po ang ating champion, Renemar David from Ilocos Sur. Maraming salamat po for tuning in.
This is a new world of pool. Home of legends. A battleground where top contenders from around the world gather to become champions. A stepping stone for rising stars to prove they have what it takes to rank among the best. Welcome to Sharks.
Okay, so our final results for our second event for September 24. Our champion, Remnemar or Revo David, player number 1. At second place, we have Patrick Gonzalez, player number 8. And third place is Antonio Lining, player number 5. So 185 po ang ating mga numero. 185. Maraming salamat po for tuning in mga Shark Kinetics, and please stay with us at magsisimula na po ang ating susunod na event. Thank you very much.